Yeah. Okay. So you were like 5 or 6. Wow. Um, and an altar boy. I was never an altar boy. I was always a little jealous of the altar boys. I
Yeah.
I always thought that you know, they looked they looked special.
Yeah, and I guess that's one of the reasons that enticed me to become an altar boy is one of the requirements of our education was that we would go to mass regularly. I believe it was every morning before class. And, then we'd all toddle off to class after that. And I always remember seeing the altar boy sitting up there next to the priest. Well, I was actually a Monsignor at the time. And so, yeah, I remember seeing the cool kids, the older kids up there and thinking one day when I'm older, I'm going to be an altar boy. And, yeah, I got the call and I think there was like maybe 4 or 5 of us. Pretty sure it was all boys. I don't think girls were allowed to be altar girls ever.
No.
But anyway, part of our initiation rites or whatever when we got to get out of class for a couple of days and go and hang out with the Monsignor and he'd tell us what we'd have to do and why we were doing it and the ceremonial reasons behind it, blah, blah, blah. And we got to sort of look behind the back door of where he comes out from when Mass starts. And, there's always that, like, what's behind the altar sort of question when you're a young kid sitting there in the pews looking up and, like, got to peer into the back room and see where he stores his robes. And I remember seeing there was, like, just a shitty old wardrobe, and then he opened it up and it was full of that, like, red wine, the church wine stuff in the wafers.
Right.
And I just remember crosses on the labels. Obviously just said, like, I don't know, the blood of Christ or something. I don't know what it said on it.
Yeah.
One of the stories he told us was that in every church, Catholic church in the world, there is some artifact that proves beyond doubt that Jesus Christ existed and that, he was the Son of God, blah, blah, blah. He said, in this particular church, we have a very special artifact, which is actually one of the bones of Jesus Christ, which is his finger. And I think it was the bone, one of the bones in his finger, which was between the first and third knuckle, first and second knuckle.
Between the first and second.
I believe it was either the pointer finger or the middle finger. Yeah, it's actually all coming back to me as I'm saying it now, but yeah,
Wow.
very much. And we were like, can we see it? Can we see it? And he's like, oh, no, you can't see it. It's too holy. And it was actually built into the desk as well. It's not like it had a latch. You could just open
Yeah.
and get it out.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, it was one of those faith things, I guess, where we're all just like, okay, we believe you. We're also told not to tell anyone else that either. Like,
Wow.
it was like an altar boy secret, I guess.
Mm. Wow. Because I guess you were too young to ask anything, but obviously you'd be like, well, why is it in Tamworth? Why,
Exactly. Yeah,
of all the places in the world, it's in
yeah,
this random church across from Big Dub.
exactly right. And I think it just came back to the fact that all of the churches have something, whether it's a piece of his clothing or a piece of his hair
Yeah.
or something, one of his sandals or something, and we were just happened to be lucky that we got a finger bone.
I mean, obviously it's a long time ago, but what reaction do you think the priest was trying to elicit from you?
Well, I think it was twofold. Like, one is that it was to instill more faith into us. Like,
Right.
yeah, of course he's real. His finger bone's right here. What are
Yeah.
you talking about?
Yeah.
And the other one was just about like we were important and special because we got to know this and nobody else did.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
So
I should say he's a great man, Monsignor Ryan. He helped me out a lot, helped my family out a lot when we were going through some financial troubles and things like that. So,
really? Oh, that's
yeah,
fantastic.
definitely.
That's great to hear. I don't know if you know, my uncle was a Catholic priest.
Oh, no, I knew your mum was a...
Yeah. Apparently it was a Maltese thing that one son would become a priest and one daughter would become a nun, and mum and John drew the short straws. All right, cool, man. Is there anything else that you want to say? Do you want to do a shouts out?
No, just shout out Monsignor Ryan. Shout out all the rest of the altar boys for keeping it real.
You.
Yeah, please, God, forgive me for my sins and telling everyone about your son's finger being in Tamworth. I'm sorry. I couldn't hold it in any longer.
Oh, man. Thank you so much. That was awesome.